Ever since I first started to notice that mindlessly consuming content on the internet was reducing my quality of life, reducing my ability to focus, and reducing my ability to get anything done in the real world, I've been looking for tools and techniques and methods to take control over my phone addiction and become a master of technology instead of being its slave. It's been almost 8 years since then. And I've realized that for me to win the dopamine battle and take back my focus, I have to have systems and tools in place because it's too hard on my own just using my willpower. So I have many tools and systems that I use, but I want to give you one today that I call the dopamine tier list. And this is a system that you can use whenever you are finding yourself mindlessly consuming content on the internet. Because when you are down there, mindlessly consuming algorithmic content, you are burning your brain and reducing your ability to focus. And it's just going one way when you are doing that, and that's down the drain when it comes to your mind. So I'm going to show you this now, and I want you to pay attention because by having focus, you can build a successful life. If you want to get rich, you have to have focus. If you want to do anything and be successful in anything that you are currently trying to do or want to do, you have to have focus. So by using this list, you can transform yourself and doing that over time. This is not something that will turn overnight, but you can do it over time if you really give this a lot of attention. So this is the tier system. It goes from brain rot to focus. And brain rot is a very nice word because that's what's happening to our brain when we are doing these activities. I'm going to reveal them one by one, so you can focus on each single tier. You go from F until S tier, and this is the best thing you can do. And we're starting with the worst thing. So the worst thing you can do is algorithmic brain rot. And what does that mean? Well, this is short form content, and then you can pick your poison. Watching shorts, TikToks, Reels, not YouTube long form like you are doing now, but shorts. These are decreasing your attention span with every single time you're watching one of these videos. With every single session, you're reducing your attention span and you're becoming more and more mindless. Your soul is getting sucked out more and more with every swipe. This is the worst thing you can do. And personally, I don't see any benefits of being down here at F. Yes, you may say that you can learn something from watching these short clips, but I don't think it's worth it at all. You can learn so much more if you're up here than down here. So this is something I cut out. I've actually never been addicted to this because I've seen how dangerous it is just by going in there. It is like heroin. It's the worst drug you can use. And when you get bored from this, then there's no further down you can go. Then there's no level under this. This is the worst thing. This is the peak of entertainment when it comes to the human mind. And I don't want to be here because if I'm bored here, I'm kind of doomed. So the next level, the E tier, that's a little bit better than algorithmically enhanced scrolling. That's mindless impulsive checking. This is when you're on your phone and you're in Instagram watching a story, then you jump to Snapchat, then you send some messages, then you go into a news reel, and you kind of jump around all over the place. This usually happens when we are using our phones for something useful. Maybe you go into your bank or you're going to answer a message from your friend or your mom or your spouse, and then you end up in mindlessly checking random stuff that you don't even need to know about. And you get sucked into this phone, and then you're getting stuck here, maybe for hours or maybe for a couple of minutes. But this is mindless impulsive checking. It's not as bad, but it's still decreasing your focus because you're jumping all over the place and your attention span is getting reduced. You're also losing your sense of determination and focus because you're not choosing. You're being guided by the phone instead of you choosing what you're doing. So this is the E tier. Then we're slowly moving further up. And this I called mindless distraction. This can be looked at as the same thing as this. But this is more when we are mindlessly distracting ourselves from the world around us. So let's say when you're on the bus, you are listening to a podcast. It's a little bit better than jumping all around the place, but you're listening to a podcast and mindlessly kind of distracting yourself from the real world. When you're making food, you're watching a YouTube video on the side. When you are doing anything else that you could be in the world and be engaged with, and you're kind of mindlessly distracting yourself, listening to the news, scrolling through the news quickly, just to distract yourself. And if you're here, you can move one step further. And this is a little bit like controversial to know where this is, this C here actually is. But I call it low effort engagement. And what we can think about here is usually like playing video games or mobile games. And the reason I put this here is because you don't have to put in a lot of effort to sustain your engagement. You're carried away by the whatever video game you're playing, but it's still not as bad as being mindlessly distracted, and not as bad as all as being down here, because you're actually using your brain. You're engaged with something, you're using your brain. You don't have to do a lot of effort to focus, but you are actually engaged with something, and that's good. And then we go to the next one up here. That's the B tier. And now we're in the level of, I would say, something you can just do every single day. If you do it with intention and moderation, this is not a bad place to be. And this is if you're down here, you can aim to get up here. And I call this engaged entertainment. This is, for example, watching a movie where you sit down, you're ready to watch a movie, and you sit for hours on end and watching that movie with intention, without your phone. You're not checking your phone when you're watching that movie. You're just paying attention, you're living through a story, and there's an endpoint when the movie is done and you had a good time. This is a good place to be. You know, watching a TV series where you watch one episode with your family or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, and then you watch one episode and then you're done and you don't check your phone throughout the episode. This can be listening to podcasts and actually learning about history or diving deep into a topic or something like that, and being entertained for entertainment purposes. If you're down here a lot, you're scrolling through a lot of short videos, or you're mindlessly checking, when you figure out that you are here, then you can think to yourself, okay, now I'm doing it. Now I'm mindlessly down here at the E and F categories. Then you can say, okay, but what could I do? Okay, maybe it's too hard for you to go and just sit down and stare into a wall. Then you can do this, engage entertainment, where you choose something that you actually want to pay attention to and be entertained, but that has a sustained story and sustained arc of telling that story. And then we get up to the A. This is now you're in a good land, you know? If you do this, you're strengthening your focus. That's the same can be said about the B, because if you're down here, you're strengthening your focus by just watching a movie. But if you're up here, you're definitely doing that. And I call it focused exploration. And this can be looked at as learning. You're doing courses. Actually now, you're doing this. But it depends if you were searching for this video on this topic. You're actually trying to learn about your own attention, your own focus, and how to save your dopamine. Then you're up here. If you came over this video accidentally because you were scrolling, I would say that you're more down here. You're in mindless distracted land. But now you're paying attention and you're watching this video for all this time, then you're starting to get more and more up here. And if you decide that you want to watch a new video after this one that is in the same topic, and you take notes and you pay attention, then you're up here and actually building your focus. You're learning something. This could be workshop, courses, watching YouTube videos, talking to people that know a lot of things about a topic. You're exploring. This is a great place to be. This is almost the top of the tier list. But we have this S here that I would say is the most important thing for building focus and the thing that sustains focus for the longest time. And that is deep focus activities. That is creative activities, learning how to paint, learning how to play music, spending a lot of time drawing something, thinking out a deep idea that you have, developing an idea. It's reading a book, non-fiction book or a fiction book before you go to bed or in the day, because then you have to put in a lot of effort to sustain your attention. And by putting in effort to sustain your attention, you're building that muscle. You're depositing money into the bank that you can get out later. And the less you do this and the more you do this, the better and stronger your mind will become. Here we also have meditation and other mindfulness activities where you are being totally present in the moment. If you're doing yoga, you're meditating, you're breathing and noticing your breath, then you're building your focus. And me actually building out this whole program, drawing all these letters and figuring this out is up here. This is an activity because this system has come from my mind that I put together from information out there and my own experience. So this is also my opinion. And this is a deep focus activity. It has taken me a lot of time and effort to figure this out. And I've strengthened my focus in the process of doing that. So if this is clicking for you and you're understanding that this is brain rot and this is focus, then I want you to remember this. And whenever you're doing something in here, remember where you are, the color coding, the name, whatever, and then move up on that list. And just by moving one step up, you're doing a good thing. So I have a digital version of this that will be linked in the description that you can download and you can have on your phone. So whenever you're on your phone and you don't remember this, you can go in, you can pull that up and you can say, okay, now I'm mindlessly distracted or I'm in algorithmic brain rot. Where can I go and what can I do? And I will have a deeper explanation underneath each of these in that digital sheet. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was well explained for you. And I'm Francis Drake and I see you in another one. Goodbye.